All right, welcome to a new travel series at the airport. We're on our way to LAX. So yeah, it's gonna be a good time. The flight is slightly delayed, so we're gonna find something to eat. A little confusing. Sounds like you come to this area, then there's a shuttle that takes you over to where the ride and pickups actually happen. Or you can walk to Terminal 1 to do that. Okay, so off the plane, I'm in my hotel. So let me do a quick room tour. I'm at the Hilton Pasadena on South Los Robles Avenue. What room am I in? I'm in 910. So here is the bathroom. Okay. Nothing too special. Big mirror. Got a full length mirror here. Little closet. Luggage rack. Quite a few hangers. Ironing board. Does have a little bit of a smell in this room. I mean, it's not terrible, but originally I had a king bed, but they didn't have any available when I got here. So he said I could have 2 queens if I wanted it now. So I said, yeah, that's fine. Beverage cooler, safe, couple cups, little coffee maker, ice bucket, some drawers. Very large TV. This almost seems like it should open, but I don't think so. Interesting. And I got some plugs over here, little mirror, desk. Here's my view. Not too bad. Pasadena's cute. Little center. I'm a little bit frazzled because I haven't told you guys what I'm doing here. So let me finish the room tour and then I'll tell you that. Couple plugs. Big drawer. Big drawer. I don't see a Bible though. Okay, so why am I here? It's half work, half pleasure. So I have a work training tomorrow and the next day. And then on Saturday, I head over to Anaheim and we'll be going to Disneyland for 3 days. And we'll have a different hotel for that part of the trip. So this hotel was supposed to be paid for by work. And when I got here, he said that they didn't do the authorization. So I had to put my card in for the check-in until they can change it. But, so that is what it is. All right, part of me just wants to like get in one of these beds and just like veg in here, but it's only 1:30. That clock's wrong. 1:30 their time. So I think I'm gonna go do the Warner Brothers studio tour. I don't think I'll be able to do the Plus. I don't think I'll get there in time because the Uber took forever. It takes forever to get to the Uber part at LAX, and then it took forever to get here from LAX, and it's 18 minutes to the Warner Brothers. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm not gonna really buy my ticket till I get there. Thinking, oh, the flight was good. I did first class on Delta. I feel like I've had that meal before, but it was the ricotta omelet. And then that was kind of an overnight oats with like coconut chia seed underneath with like blueberries. It was actually really good. Our flight attendants were pretty good. I've had ones that have been a little bit more attentive than these two were, but it wasn't bad. Yeah, so long flight, a little over like 4 hours, 4.25. So yeah, I was glad to get off that plane. My butt was tired of that seat. Watched Moana 2, and then I watched Landman, that show. That was pretty good. All right, let's get out of here. Otherwise, I'm just gonna veg out. So I'm not gonna be able to show you the actual tour, but I can show you this area. So there's the Gilmore Girls. Ashton loves the show, apparently. There's Gilmore Girls again. From Big Bang Theory.
Never watched Gilmore Girls.
Shameless. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. So this is about the history of the Warner Brothers, and then this is Jack Warner's. There's Jack. This is his phone book, and right there's Mr. Disney. How cool. For Warner Brothers, Harry, Albert, Sam, and Jack knew from the start that the movie business had the potential for them to make something big. I'll say. Gazebo that is used in Gilmore Girls, me in the gazebo. This is how they get like heating and cooling within the sets. This is the front of Lorelai's house. Me in front of Lorelai's house. The backside is actually Suki's. This is where the grocer is. This is the train shop in Young Sheldon. This would be like tenements. So any kind of period drama. That was our tour guide. He was very good. This is the Big Bang Theory soundstage. Outside of there, they have what has recorded in the years, which is pretty cool. Okay, so after the guided tour, you get dropped off at like this Friends exhibit, and they have the Central Perk Cafe. So I got a Meat Lover's Pizza Packet. I haven't had technical lunch yet, so I am hungry. And New York Kettle Chips Buffalo Ranch, just a very small bit of spice on that. And a Diet Coke. The tour was really good, and we got to go into the soundstage for, what was it called? Georgie and, well, I'm drawing a blank. Georgie and Mandy, the first year. Love that show. So it was really cool to see the soundstage. And like the sets are still in there and everything, so that was really cool. We couldn't take any pictures in there. We couldn't record in there, so. Yeah, so I'm gonna eat this and then check out the exhibit here. I'm only seeing Friends like in hotels rooms, so I have not seen all the episodes. I'm not a big Friends fan. It's fine, but I'm excited to see it through the exhibit. So this is part of what's off of the Friends area. So I thought it was just gonna be about Friends, but it's not. So they have some Batman, Bob Hart's Abishola, And I love the movie Crazy Rich Asians. I can't really explain why I love it, but it's one of my comfort movies. Oh my gosh. The dresses are just so beautiful. Oh, and then Selena. That was such a good show. All right. Hello. Good evening. So I thought I would kind of just recap the day with you real quick. Excuse my hair. I went for a swim. So as I mentioned before, plane was slightly delayed, like 75 minutes. Wasn't bad. Good flight, just long. So yeah, nothing too much to report there. The omelet was good, like the food, all of it was good, as I mentioned. So when I got to the hotel, I mentioned kind of in the room tour that I was a little agitated because there was like a mix-up with the billing with work. That sounds like it's going to be resolved. It's still pending on my credit card, but they have everything they need at the front desk. They pushed it through, so it should be fine. So hopefully tomorrow when I check, it will be cleared, if not by the next day. So that is good. So far this hotel's been great. Warner Brothers Studios tour, I had a great time. My phone was, so let me explain like the process, because I think that was a little confusing for me. So when you first get there, there's like a gift shop that you can go to right away if you wanted. There's also a Starbucks on the left, and they do have that Been There series, so if that's something you collect, that is something they have there. I don't do those, but they do have it. I think it was like $18 or $19. And then you can do those things. There's a bathroom, and then there's like a sales desk. You do have to go through a metal detector, and your bag has to be checked. And the ticket has no bags. I had like a crossbody, and that was fine. I didn't really notice if, I can't remember if I saw any purses. I feel like I did, but I can't say that I'm 100% sure. Definitely saw others with crossbodies, but I don't know if I saw a full purse. So just be aware, technically you're not supposed to bring a bag. Fanny packs, I know I saw other fanny packs and crossbodies. Those all seemed fine. So I wouldn't bring in like your big, Mary Poppins purse. So the sales desk, and then there's a gal that checks your ticket. And then there's like kind of a pre-exhibit hall that has information about the history of the Warner Brothers and how it all came to be, some replicas. And then you go into like a theater and, kind of just hear a little bit about, it's not really about history, but it was a little bit, but some celebrities kind of like talking to you and stuff about Warner Brothers and how it's like the busiest lot and all that. And how, Friends has been dubbed in all these different languages and things like that. And they give you some examples. It was funny. And then you get broken up into groups. Our tour guide was Caleb. He was great. Gave a lot of great information. He really tried to tailor it to what was interest to us. So a few of us liked Gilmore Girls, Big Bang Theory. He talked about Friends, things like that. He talked a lot about Abbott Elementary. I've never seen that show, so I should watch that. I've heard other people say that their tour guide talked a lot about Pretty Little Liars, and he only mentioned that once, which I was glad, or maybe twice, which I was glad because I've never seen it. That one I don't really have any interest in seeing. But know that you just make sure they ask you, what do you want to know about, or what do you enjoy? And they do try to tailor it, so make sure you do tell them. And then so you do your little tram tour. You actually get out and walk around quite a bit, even on the standard. I did the standard tour. I think that's like 75-ish. I had we had this program at work where we can get things sometimes a little cheaper. So my ticket was 10% cheaper. But it's 75-ish. I wanted to do the bigger $160 tour, but I couldn't get there in time with the hotel drama and the plane delayed, and it takes forever to get anywhere in LA. So I couldn't get there in time for that. They also have a Turner Classic Movies. So I would definitely go back and do this again and do one of those other tours. you get out and walk around, which is cool. At Universal, that's only if you're doing the VIP tour, so that's pretty cool. This was like my favorite part, and we couldn't take pictures in here. So, and what you guys saw before with the voiceover, this won't be there. But we got to go into an active soundstage. Like right now, they're taking a break from recording, but all the props are still in there. The stage is still built in there. They had the little chairs where like the live studio audience sits, and it was for George and Mandy's first year of marriage, which I do really like that show. I like Young Sheldon. I actually like Young Sheldon even a little bit more than the normal Big Bang. I like Big Bang, but I would say I like Young Sheldon a little bit more, and I also really enjoy this George and Mandy. So that was really cool to see. I wish I could have showed you guys, but that was really awesome. And I don't know how often that happens, but that was very cool. He also told us how to get like tickets to live studio recordings. He said 1 iota. What did he say? I think he said 1iota.com. So if you want to go see a live showing, he said TV shows, it can be a very long time that you're stuck there. So he said talk shows are a little bit quicker. So after we did that tour, you get dropped off. What I thought it was like just a friend's area, and then the other stuff was somewhere else, but it isn't. So you get dropped off. There's the Perk Cafe from Friends. They had, and it was like an actual cafe. So they had a few different like fancy drinks, and then pop, water. And then they had like a Cuban, a pizza, hot dog. I had that pizza pocket, which was very good. Some chips and grab and go stuff. You have to finish it kind of in that area. You can only take water into the rest of the exhibits. So I ate that. That was good. And then there's like a friend's gift shop. And then there's like the rest of the exhibits. So they say go to the rest of the exhibits and then do the gift shop last. So that's where they had a lot of like those photo opportunities, which that's one disadvantage of going on this tour by myself, is like I couldn't really do the forced perspective photo. Like there's a lot of workers around and they like are willing to take your picture, but I don't really want to bother anybody for that. And they also do have though like their own photographers around for certain, like the broom riding and things like that, where they're trying to sell those to you. I skipped all of that. If the kids were with me, I'd be a little bit more inclined to do it. But meh. So that's all in there. And then you leave that area, get on another tram, and it takes you over to like the Magic in DC. And that's a really, it's probably like, I don't know, there's a lot of great photo apps in there. So once again, if I had someone with me to take my photo or take their photo, it would have been cooler. But a lot of cool like Harry Potter photo apps, Wonder Woman, other DC. It was cool to see all the Batman stuff. So I liked the DC side a little bit better than the Harry Potter side, because the Harry Potter side felt just very photo-y. There was also like a wand experience in there that you could do it was free. I didn't do it, but it was something you could do. So that was kind of lame, that section, that the wand thing. So, but it was cool to see all the Batman stuff. And then you end in the gift shop, and their gift shop is actually very nice. They had a lot of Warner Brothers Studio Tour Pacific merch. They had stuff from different shows, a lot of Gilmore Girls, but they had stuff that I've never seen anywhere else, including like Amazon. So when I do my haul, so make sure you subscribe, turn the notifications so you know when the haul is live, so you can see what I got at the studios tour. But like shirts I've never seen before. So yeah, I would definitely suggest it. Didn't go anywhere for dinner. I just DoorDashed some popcorn and pop, and that's basically my dinner because I had a late lunch and I felt fine. So let me know if you have any questions on this experience on the Delta first class from Detroit to LAX. Let me explain the ride share a little bit more, because I don't think I've done that yet. So you get your bag, you go to one of the green rideshare sections, then there's a bus that comes and gets you. My stop was actually the first for the bus, but then there's like multiple, and they like shove you in there like sardines. Like this is like Disney World end of the day park, you know, level of stuffing in these buses. So I actually thought it would really take a long time to get a rideshare because of all these people in there, but it didn't. So then they take you to like this kind of more secluded area that has like Lyft was over here in one section, Uber was somewhere else, a bunch of taxis were there too, and they were kind of all in their own section. So I went over to the Lyft section. It told me to go to pick up 31A or something like that. So I went there, and then my person came, and that was it. It just took a while. Everything, I feel like in LA, takes a while. So I would maybe look into other options next time I come. There's something called the Airbus I want to check out and see, or air taxi, something like that. I want to check out because that was like nice tour buses. So I don't know. It might be worth it. And the lifts have been super expensive here today too. So I don't know. But that's what that was. Let me know if you have any questions on that too. All right. Well, future me will go into the resource for today's video. All right. So the resource for today's video is kind of an overall options. So back to school, thank goodness, is like now for some folks, right around the corner for some of us. So you might need help with like back to school supplies, things like that. So a lot of areas do back to school bashes. So it might be a fair where they have free backpacks for, you know, most of the time it is elementary school kids, maybe middle school. Sometimes they offer free haircuts and food at those events. A lot of times you can find those through your local 211. So if you just dial 211, you can also go on to 211.org and find the 211 that serves your area. If you don't have a 211 in your area, a lot of times those back to school events will be through a local church in the area. Sometimes like car dealerships do them. Sometimes they're hosted at the school, but they have like a sponsor that comes in, like credit union. My credit union does a back to school giveaway for the community. You don't have to be a member of the credit union to benefit from it. So definitely take a look in your area. Check out the school's webpage. They'll share a lot of those events. Check out your local Chamber of Commerce webpage if you have a nonprofit network or if a nonprofit foundation in your area. A lot of times they share that information. And then 211 often will share that information on their social medias as well. All right. I'm looking forward to back to school. So let me know if you have any questions. Thank you. Bye.